What's the crack, bye? If you aren't from Ireland, you won't know what that means, and it sounds really weird, and it still sounds weird to me, and I was contemplating starting this video with saying that or not, but I did it anyway. Biggest impression I had from Ireland. Every motherfucking car on grid looked sick. And I get home, and I look at this, and I go, what are those? Bro, every car there was like tuck-in tire defender, still shredded, still had no issues. Somehow it didn't damage any fenders or anything. Maybe they don't have bumps there on the drift tracks. I know they do on the roads, that's for sure. Anyway, conveniently enough, I get home and my 3-piece wheels from 3-Piece US actually showed up. So these wheels will allow me to still have the same angle clearance that I have with these, and they'll also earn me way more hot boy points because they're Blitz 03s and they're really expensive. They don't look good at all, but because they cost a lot of money and they're rare, all the people that really like drifting, but like not really like drifting, but like want to pretend that they like drifting, think they're really, I think they're good looking wheels. Anyway, because it'll move the wheel in more, I think it'll allow me to lower the front of my car, and hopefully if I can like ditch an inch from this, my car would look so much cooler, and I think that it won't drive any better, but it'll make me happy, and I'll feel like I'll have more incentive to post pictures of the car because it's not. I mean, then I'm gonna go to Japan and my Ebisu car is like here, which is ridiculous. Anyway, wheels let me make a car go low. Let's do. If you remember, I did have Blitz 03s on this car at one point, but I ended up sacrificing them for the giveaway car, which is still over there. It's about to get picked up at the transport truck. But these fenders are narrower, so I wasn't able to run the Blitz that was on the front of that car. It actually fits perfect on that car, but for this car, I need less slip, more barrel. The nice thing is, since I run like 2 inches of toe out on this car, I don't really need to worry about messing up the alignment. Night ride also made me really insecure about my fitment, not gonna lie. Not let me off the jack.
That just means you've succeeded.
I'll give it a shot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that look hard though. We've got a problem
This big problem.
God.
Go get a clear.
Oh yeah, I just came back from Ireland. Everybody had low cars and drive really good and look good.
You know what they don't got in Ireland? Jacks, lifts, me.
They also probably spent a lot of time fitting these bumpers before they paint or wrap them, and then put them on the car and paint and wrap them.
This side's fine.
Yeah, the car was wrecked, Adam.
Yeah, this was the side that was wrecked and it's fine.
Yeah, they made more clearance on that side.
The beauty of a caster change. Boop, 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 boop. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better. A few more adjustments and proper alignment, I think we'll be good to go. How funny is it that like this car literally started as that? Same. This thing hasn't gotten a wash since it was at Clutch Kickers, so it's still got all the rubber built up, champagne all over it, so we're gonna give it a little bit of love. I don't know if you guys can see this in video, but this is ridiculous. What the actual?
Love bug season.
I can't even pull the car in the shop. Look at this.
They're attracted to water. They're attracted to everything. It's horrible.
Must not let the bugs enter the building. Well, I was gonna show you guys how to rinseless wash a car just because I'm usually lazy and I don't want to do it outside because you get sweaty. But you literally can't wash a car outside right now because of the love bugs. Step one was to power wash all of the debris and dirt and champagne and rubber off the car. And step two, Griot's rinseless wash. As I said, when my lazy self doesn't want to go in the Florida sun, or if you have a difficult race car, you're at the track, you have a limited water supply, all you need is a bucket. I like to use like 3 or 4 gallons of water, a few ounces of this stuff. We got Griot's Ultra Plush microfiber edgeless towels. And then one panel at a time, you can wipe down the car. Watch out for the love bugs. Swap sides so you're not dragging dirt all around the car. If you don't have windows, this is obviously convenient as well. You might have noticed I didn't really scrub any of the rubber stuff away. 2 reasons for that. One, with washing a car, you don't want to like be dragging stuff all over the car because that's how you end up getting like surface scratches and stuff. 2, Griot's makes a magical product that you guys know I've shared with you many times. Their track spray, if you have any rubber, any residue from a track day, or maybe, I don't know what else you'd get rubber on your car from, hitting rubber bumper pulls, angry girlfriends kicking your car with rubber shoes, angry filmers rubbing their GoPros aggressively against your car. Just so you know, Mike, like, I still need to scrub it. It's not magic, like it's just gonna melt off. The final step of what I would call my track pack, even though we're washing the car in the shop, this is kind of stuff we keep in the trailer. Ultra premium Griot's glass cleaner. Obviously it works great on glass, but we have polycarbonate windows on this car. We found that it works really well too. No streaking, use the crinkle towels. You guys might not have this luxury. You guys know Griot's. I want to give a massive thank you to them. They've been sponsoring me and supporting the channel for a while now. I finally have a discount code for you guys. If you want to shop on griotsgarage.com, all you have to do is use code AdamLZ and we'll get you 10% off and a random order in this month, September. We'll get a $250 gift card. Support the people that support the channel. One of the most common questions I get is, when is the S15 going to come back? You can probably expect this, but when I was over in Ireland, it kind of gave me the kick in the butt to get excited to put this thing back together again. First thing, like the body panels and everything, they're kind of mismatched because we've had a few different kits and it's kind of rough. So it's kind of starting by fixing the broken things, one of which it had a pretty bad mushed up rear windshield. It was like cracked in one of the corners. Marco's already hopping on that. Look, new, fancy. Marco's also got to hop on getting another door prepped with the whole powder coat and like reinforcements, gutted, whatever. But I really want to take this thing to a frame machine. We're kind of having a hard time finding a place, so if you happen to know a solid place that can help us out, I've got to pull the frame here. It got pushed back pretty far on the sill, and then underneath, I don't remember, was this quarter the other side is pretty bad to where like the rear quarters don't fit perfectly. But I want to get this car to where we can like have all the panels mounted on it, so then it can get repainted, have fresh paint, new graphics, and the motor stuff is like pretty simple in comparison to all like the bodywork stuff. Brief super update too. Johan has the motor mounts in, the trans is mounted. the front cover is in. Vargas is gonna fly down and help us finalize the engine with some like oil stuff. Final seal the pan, front cover. Inside, Johan's got the dash firmly mounted now. He's got mounts for the column, but that's not in here right now. The shifter's mounted, which looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm stoked on it. And then kind of, I guess the next hang up that we were trying to figure out is what we're gonna do for the handbrake. Now, HGK makes like a carbon center console that we might toy with the idea of using, just kind of figuring out where we want the handbrake to lay. I'm kind of picky about that. A lot of people put them like in weird spots, but I like it to kind of feel natural. And then moving back here, Johan, what are you working on today?
I'm pretty much trying to see if I need to slightly bend this down or trim it so that this plane matches the plane along the top. So then I could just make a shield or a cover that hides all this and clears the diff. It might just work out to where we mount the piece to the frame rail so it's higher than the diff. So I don't have to add any weird compound bends or like that piece in the center and do some sort of B-roller on it.
Do we have a B-roller?
No, we don't. Oh, now we gotta buy one.
Can we get one?
Yeah. We could show you in the bottom somewhat of how the shifter works and how it's connected, or
Yeah, let's look at it.
so on this side you can see that is side linkage shifter. So we had to trim small section on the tunnel there, and that was it. And on the bottom side connects to the transmission. The transmission, the linkage comes out of the side of the tranny, which is why that is on the side of the shifter versus all the transmissions like the Samsonas where it's in the center. So on the bottom we have the transmission mounted, and as you can see the linkage, how it comes out of the car, and then it just connects to the side. We did use, so originally I think Adam was going to use the Samsonas tranny with the setup, so we got the transmission mount for the Samsonas, but we dished the center section because we no longer were using the Samsonas transmission, and we made this one here using those brackets, which was a huge I guess help with moving forward and trying to get things done quicker. There's a lot of room down here too, so
Yet another stupid video where I'm in a rush to go to an airplane. Next week is even worse than this week. Home, I think a total of like 2 days this week. Now I'm off to Grid Life Alpine, Colorado. Get some tickets, you'll find the link in the description. Before I go though, I want to share you the exciting news that the CRX is back, baby. Time for some interior paint. Arthur Bell over at Bell Raceworks did probably one of the most unique Honda cages you'll ever see. What I mean by that is I kind of had him build it like a drift cage, because I'm gonna have this car set up to oversteer. I'm gonna have a lot of people driving it that have probably never driven front wheel drive, and God forbid someone oversteers and goes into a tree. I wanted to have like the gnarliest door bars possible. So this is like my favorite ladder style door bar that he does. Same thing I have in my E36. And you just feel like you're invincible when you're sitting in the car. I'll show you some other things he did with the cage. I tried to talk to as many Honda people as I could to kind of get input on where to tie it into the chassis. You can see this is plated down here. These bars are plated in here, notched nicely. You can see it's got like a whole lot of surface area that it's tied into. But the clearance he was able to get and how tight this cage is wild. He's got it welded to the chassis here. He's literally got it welded all around here to the roof. These bars are so high that I'm not worried about helmet clearance at all with it being a smaller car. You can see here it's tied into the A-pillar. Another thing, Randy actually told me that these cars tend to split and have issues with structure from the firewall. So this bar is actually welded to the firewall on both sides of the seam. And then these right here, I don't think these are very common in Honda cages. This is what's called an anti-intrusion bar. We do a lot on drift cars because if you crash into someone else with the wheels turned, it pushes the wheel into the car. So with a front-wheel drive car, if someone were to hit a tree or hit something, now at least they have protection from their feet. But Bell did a beautiful job, fully TIG welded, fully custom. I don't see a lot of Hondas, but I would like to say that this is a pretty unique cage for Honda, and I think he knocked it out of the park. I don't know if has Bell done a Honda cage before, Sean? So this might be Bell's first Honda cage too. So if you got a CRX that you're looking to rip around the compound and fully reinforce for absolute destruction, get a cage like me. Next up, before the cage rusts, time to prep it, paint it. I think I'm gonna steel it the interior of this car, which is like that darker gray color. After that, then we can start working on the exterior of the car, and then it can start ripping laps around the compound. I wanna thank you guys for watching this video. It was a short one, didn't have a lot of time, but got to knock out a couple things in the shop, kind of give you an idea of what projects are coming down the pipeline. Appreciate you, we'll see you soon.
This is going to be a big one.
This is going to be huge. And look at this, LZ not making that same mistake again. Waits for Richard to finish it.
Oh! Body panels flying off, hitting the car, and LZ just staying